Hi, and welcome to the second in the series of Del Goes Away, and here's some videos for you to practice at home with. I know it's not the same as a reformer, it's not the same as being here, looking at the sheep, the lambs, the horses, and the beautiful view, but you get to do it at home. It is something to keep you going with. Okay, so the first one was the super basic fundamentals. We're now going to go into building core strengths. So we're going to go through a quick warm-up. I'm going to set a timer so that we are going to be about 45 minutes through this. There we go. So for a warm-up, if my timer works, for a warm-up, lie down on your back, grab a pillow or cushions, put under your head if you need. We're going to first go into breathing. Your feet are hip distance apart. You're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Keep your mouth like you're going to be whistling a gentle tune, or like you're breathing through quite a large straw. Keep your mouth like that if you can, even when you inhale, but it's okay if that doesn't happen. So we're going to go into head rolls, lengthen the back of the neck, roll the eyes, nod the chin, head nods, unroll. Keep going, feeling the length in the back of the neck as you go through this. Warming up your neck muscles. If you want, you can rock your head from side to side or turn your head from side to side and do little nods and little shakes. Like little yeses and little no's. Roll on to the other side. Little yeses, tiny little no's. Bring it back to the middle. We go into our shoulders. Bring your hands up about 1 meter apart, holding a wide box. You're going to slide one hand up that box, side of the box, back down again. This is just your shoulders. Keep breathing through. While you're doing this, double check your lifted, zipped and domed. If you want a refresher on lifted, zipped and domed, it's like you're stepping over a very small, high but gentle electric fence, lifting up that part of your body, zipping and doming, putting on that pair of pants. Next time your hand goes up, your head rolls into the other direction and then bring it back down again. This is a gentle twist of your upper back. Wow. And then arm scissors, one arm forward, one arm back. Checking in with your ribs that they're not moving off the carriage. Bring them back to the middle, and then arm circles in each direction. As you're moving your arms, think about having an egg under each armpit, and then trying not to squash that egg. Change direction, which brings your shoulders nice and wide. Cool. And then rest your hands down by your sides. You're going to rock your knees gently from side to side. If that's enough, just keep doing that. If you want a little bit more, bring your hands wider. I'm going to grip the sides of the reformer and then lift, zip and dome. Bring one leg up into tabletop. Slide your ribs to your hips and the other rib comes up. Squeeze your legs together. Keep those stripes close together. Flex your feet so you can see your toes peeping up just above your knees, and then relax your feet. Your feet and knees are going to go inhale to one side, exhale to the middle. If you want to keep flexing your toes so that you can see feet, you're more than welcome. Breathe through. If this is too much or goes into your back too much, just go back to rocking your knees from side to side. You'll feel this in the sides of your waist. It's also rotating your spine. Scoot your belly towards the ground so it doesn't balloon out towards the sky. We don't want balloon bellies. Cool, we're going into toe dips. Keep your legs there, or if you want, you can put one leg down. One leg drops to the ground, same shape, zip your abs, and then bring it back up again. Bring the leg down, knit your abs, and bring it back up. You can do this with two legs up, same leg down, knit your abs, bring that leg back up. Two more of these. Move on to the other side. Now, if this is too fast for you, you can put the video on to 75%. Makes it easier. Cool. Put one foot down and then the other. If you like any of these exercises, rock your knees from side to side. You can pause the video and then just keep doing that exercise and then unpause it for when we go to the next. Cool. We're going to go into 100. There's a couple of different ways of doing this. The first one is just to simply stay there and then pump your arms. Your arms pump from the shoulder. Pump like you're splashing water with your hands, like from your shoulders. Cool. Your wrists stay straight. Your shoulders is where the movement is coming from. If you want, you can bring one leg or both up into tabletop. You can do this like this. If you want, you can curl your whole body up and do it like that. So we're going to take them through the stages. If you want to stay there, just stay there. If you want to, bring your legs up. Lift, zip, and dome. Bring one leg up into tabletop. Slide your ribs to hips or squash those stripes together. Bring the other leg up. If you want to curl your upper body up, lengthen the back of the neck. You can put your hands behind your head if you want. Roll your eyes, nod your chin, and then lift your boobs up and over again, shortening the stripes. Arms come long, fingers pull towards the wall. If you want to, you can straighten one or both legs out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, splash, 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 20. 4, 5, splash, 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 30. If you want more, lower your legs. Splash, splash, 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Splash, 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 50. If you have one leg, change now. If you're lowering, lift it back up again. Splash, 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 70. 2, 3, 4, 5. Splash, 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 80. Scoop your abs to the ground. Splash, 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 90. Curl yourself up higher. Splash, 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 100. Pause. Pull yourself a little higher. And then bend your knees and curl your upper body back down again. Put one foot down and the other. Starting on 100, what a killer. But hey, let's do it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a half roll back. You're going to come to sitting. Your feet are apart. Your hands are tucked behind your knees. You're sitting on your sit bones for a start, and then roll off your sit bones, trying to get your lower back towards the ground as much as possible. So you're trying to get almost your hips towards the ground as you roll through your pelvis, and then roll back up again, sitting up on your sit bones. Go off the sit bones, pull your abs to the ground. Your shoulders are still wide as you roll through, and then back up again. If you want a little bit more, you can take your hands here, roll down, roll back up, sit up tall. If you want a little bit more, roll down, imagine there's a ball at your belly. You're going to take that whole curve up and over and back down again. Do any one of these, whatever one feels good. And if anything hurts, stop immediately and just do not continue that exercise. We've got 2 more of these. This is for mobilization of your lower back. Last one. Back up. We're going to go into a one leg circle. So again, if you want to pause and continue any one of these, you're more than welcome. Roll down. You can roll down like this if you want, or you can just let your hands roll you down, whatever way you want. You're going to widen your legs. I just had a mind blank there for a minute. Widen your arms, lift, zip and dome, bring one leg up into tabletop, and then straighten whatever leg you want. It can be your leg in the air, or it can be your leg on the ground. You can keep them bent if you want. Suck the leg in the air into your hips, and then you're going to bring that leg across the body, down around in a circle, and back up to the top. Keep going, across the body, down and around in a circle, and back up. The point of this is to stabilize in your hips as much as possible. Try not to rock your pelvis. Cool. Pause for going in the other direction, away from the body, around in a circle and back up. Keep sucking that thigh into the ground. Keep lifted, zipped and domed. This is the last one in this direction. Doesn't matter how big you go. What matters is that your pelvis doesn't change. Bend your knee, put your foot on the ground. Now the knee bends. We're going to do that in the other direction. Lift, tip and dome. I'm not very flexible today. Our bodies change all the time. So you can either both or one leg bend. Leg goes across the body, around in a circle, back up to the top. Pause. Keep sucking that leg into the ground as much as possible. Every time you go around, pause and check that that leg is being sucked to the ground. Other direction. Oh, pause at the top, bend your foot, and put that foot down on the ground. If you had any stress in your back whatsoever, just rock your knees from side to side, or if you want, you can pull them up to your chest and rock them from side to side. If you pull them up to your chest, depending on your hip actual bones, you might need to widen your legs to get a nice rock. Quite often people try to pull their knees up right in front of their body, and that's not, depending on your hip bones, sometimes it doesn't work. I just do it into the sun, cannot see. Cool. Okay, so we're going for single leg stretch next. I set up, you stay there. Little black-white twins are outside the studio. So you can stay with your upper body on the ground if you want. If you don't want to, then we are going to lift, zip and dome. So there's two ways of doing this. Sorry, my mind's a little bit random. You can stay with your upper body on the ground and you can do this with one leg, or you can do it with both legs. So if you're doing it with one leg, all of these, the inside hand goes on the inside of the knee, the outside hand goes on the ankle. You can do that and then put that leg down, lift the other one up, inside leg goes inside hand on the knee, outside hand on the ankle. So you can just keep doing this. If you want, for a little bit more challenging, lie down on the ground, lift, zip and dome, bring one leg into tabletop, slide your ribs to hips, hips to ribs, and the other leg comes up. You're going to curl up by lengthening the back of the neck, put your hands behind your head if you want, roll your eyes towards your knees, lift, nod your chin and lift your chest or nipples up and over a pen. Take the inside hand on the knee, outside hand on the ankle, the other leg straightens away. Change, 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 change. You can change as fast or as slow as you want. If you want, your lower leg, can go low. Cool. Try to keep that top leg at a bit of a 90-degree angle, but it doesn't really matter if it drops a little bit. Inside hand on the knee, outside hand on the ankle.
Cool. You'll be feeling this in your abdominals. Two more. Last one. And then come back to bent knees. Put your hands behind your knees. If you want more of a challenge, stay there. If you don't, curl down. We're going to reset for obliques. Stay up there if you want. If you've gone down, lift up and dome. Bring one leg towards you. Slide ribs to hips, hips to ribs. Other leg comes up. Lengthen the back of the neck. Roll the eyes, nod the chin, curl your upper body up. So this one, we're going to stay down there and put your knees down. I was going into advanced. The first thing for obliques is most people turn and turn because that's the way we're taught. But actually, I don't want you to turn. Your feet are going to be on the ground, your knees are in the air. And what you want to do is rainbow the left shoulder up towards the right knee and then back down again. You can see there's not very much turn going at all as I'm rainbowing up and down, but you will feel this in the sides of your abdominal, sometimes up the very top. Well, if this is enough, just keep doing that. If you want more, lift up and dome, bring one leg up, and you can do it single-legged. Put it down, other leg up. Put it down, other leg up. Rainbow up to the ceiling and across rather than twisting. You can see I don't have that twist move going on. Cool. And then, if you want more, slide your ribs to hips, hips to ribs, bring the other leg up, and you're still going to do that rainbow action. Going down, curling up. I'm not quite hitting the floor. If you want to hit the floor with your head, you're more than welcome. If you want more, you can stretch out the leg of the knee you're not going for. So I'm heading towards my left knee. I'm stretching out my right knee. I'm really starting to feel it in my obliques now. And then if you want a little bit extra, you can drop the arm of the leg that's stretching out. Oh, sorry, the opposite leg than the leg that's stretching out. Still, I'm still aiming to rainbow up, but I'm not twisting. I'm just dropping that arm. Tuck your hands under your knees, roll your upper back down, one knee down, and then the other. Should have felt that in the sides of your body. If it was too much, then go back to the previous one or stop and have a rest. Whatever you feel is right for you. So, we work the front of the body with a single leg stretch. We'll work the sides of the abdominals with the obliques. We're going to go onto the back now with cat stretch and then swimming prep. I said the back, but it also works the abdominals. So you're going to put your hands slightly wider than your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Pull your body up, out, and long as you can. Butt goes in one direction, head goes in the other. And then you tuck the tailbone first and roll through the spine, the head drops. And then untuck the tailbone, stretch the spine out, head comes up. Tuck, head drops. Untuck, head comes up. Pull wide across the shoulders as much as you can. You can imagine you're wearing a pounamu and you're trying to show the pounamu to the people that are like sitting down slightly in front of you. Keep going with this. You might notice I'm not very good with tucking in the lower back. I have had it fused, so then it doesn't actually move because it's not meant to. If your fused back moves, then there's a problem. Cool. So you can keep doing that if you want. If you have enough, then just by all means come back into a shell stretch, which is like a child's pose, but you pull your abs to the sky. If you want a little more here, you can slide one hand out and then bring it back. Keep your shoulders even. If you want to check, put a little tennis ball in between your shoulder blades and make sure that that tennis ball doesn't move from one side to the other or roll off your shoulders as you're doing this. Cool. And then you're going to move on to your legs. Lift up and dome. Slide one leg out.
bring it back under. Other leg slides out, bring it back under. This is swimming prep. If you want a little bit more, you can slide one leg and one hand out. No, none of this rotating of the shoulders and pelvis. We want to see you stable in the shoulders and pelvis as much as possible as you slide out and bring it back in. Lengthen from the top of your head to the bottom of your butt as you slide out and bring it back in. Cool. If this is all feeling okay, you can lift them up, stretch them as long as you possibly can, and put them back down, and then tuck them back under. Slide, lift without changing your shoulder or pelvis. Put them back down and slide under. When you've finished as many of those as you want, rock back into a shell stretch for a minute. Abs are pulling to the ceiling. 3 deep breaths. Well, the next thing we're going to do is a breaststroke prep. This week might be a little bit short. You're going to lie on your front with one hand, with your hands out in like a stop position. Tips of your fingertips are about the same height as your ears, and your elbows are going to stay on the ground the whole time. Bring your feet together. Tuck your pelvis into the mat and push it down into the mat as much as you can. You're going to stretch from your toes to the top of your head so your whole body is stretched out really long. Pull your shoulders down away from your head and lengthen the back of the neck as much as you can. Inhale to prepare, squash the pelvis in the ground, and as you exhale, you're pulling your head away and lifting it up long as you can. Inhale back down. If you keep going, if you don't pull your head really, really long away, you will go into your lower back. We don't want that. So long and strong. It's not about height, it's about length. Wow, this is a stretch for your upper back, and it strengthens all those tiny little muscles up and down your spine. So keep the pelvis tucked into the mat. Keep your head pulling away. Keep your feet pulling away in the other direction. And do as many of these as you can. Shoulders down, sliding down your back and wide. Wow. Even if you're quite good at these, you still will feel the challenge of pulling your body as long as you can. When you have finished, come back into a shell stretch. What I don't want to see is people going, yeah, I'm going into a shell stretch, because what that does is that cranks your lower back. So you can either put your hands under your shoulders, lift your bum up, and then bring yourself over if you're strong enough in your upper back, or just in your shoulders, or just roll over onto your side and then come back into a shell stretch. You can open your legs wide if you want. Your hands can go behind, in front, beside, whatever you want. You've got 3 deep breaths here. If you've got tension in your lower back, often this is quite hard to do. So just relax as much as you can. You might want to put your hands in front of you, put one fist on top of the other, and rest your forehead on top of the fist. Breathe deep. Pull your abs to the sky. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, put your hands down on the ground in front of you and use your hands to push you up. You're rolling through the lower back, through the mid back, through the upper back, shoulders nice and wide. And then your head comes in line with your shoulders. Super tall. Cool haircut. Alrighty. We are going to go on to 2 final things. One's called a spine twist and one's called a spine stretch forward. I'm going to put this here for my feet. You are going to be sitting on the mat with your feet in front of you. I will sit on my mat with my feet here just to demonstrate. So the first one is a spine twist. This is for rotation of the middle part of your spine. So you need to lift yourself up as tall as you can. Put your hands out wide to the side. I like to have palms up. Often it brings your shoulder blades down away from your ears. When I say lift the top of the head, quite a few people like, and that's just a natural thing to do, but I want you to really focus on your shoulders staying away from your head. Your feet are together. To see if they slip back and forth, that means you're moving in your hips rather than your mid-back. So this is around this area is where we want to move. Lift up, top of the head really tall. You're going to inhale and then exhale, twist to the side, and then release off a tiny bit. Twist a little bit more, lifting up really high, release off a tiny bit more, and then twist one more time as tall as you can with the top of the head. Come back to the middle. So as you twist, you're lifting from the top of the head, the crown of the head, and release off, and then twist a little bit more and come back to the middle. So you've got 3 pulses on each side. You're going one time as far as you can, release off a little bit, as far as you can again, release off a little bit, as far as you can again, and release off. Height with the top of your head is what's important here. Doesn't matter how far you get in your twist. What does matter is that your shoulders stay down and the top of your head is where you're lifting from. Last one on each side. Cool. Bring your feet apart for the next one. If you're feeling like you need to put a towel, if you're feeling your hips are tight, put a towel underneath your hips. If you feel like underneath the back of your legs, your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees slightly. In any of these sitting exercises, you're more than welcome to do this. If you've got 2 towels, you can put a towel underneath your hips and a rolled-up towel underneath your knees to help you feel comfortable as possible. Most important thing, feel as comfortable and relaxed as you can. The final one is a spine stretch forward. This is like a roll down. Your feet are going to be hip width apart. I'm going to turn in this direction. Mat width apart, not hip width apart. You're going to sit up super tall, and then for a start, roll the eyes, nod the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. And then imagine your forehead is filling with water as you start to roll through your upper body. Your head is feeling heavy, you're rolling down. Your hands, I slide my hands down my leg. It doesn't really matter where your hands go. What matters is that you roll through the back. Inhale at the bottom, and then your abs are pulling up to bring you back. So your abs are engaged the whole entire time. Imagine them pulling from your tailbone up to the top of the head, and then they pull you higher as you're rolling over. So you have this lift from up over the tailbone, up over the body, stretching your back as tall as possible as your head goes down towards the ground. So you're trying to basically lift your bum up to the sky and over your head. And then curl back up again to the top. And this is sitting as tall as possible. Again, imagine a string going from your tailbone up and pulling up and over as you curl down and forward. Inhale at the bottom. Pull your abs up and behind you to unfurl all the way up. Make sure your shoulders stay nice and wide throughout this movement. Give your legs a shake out. That is week 1. We're going to build on these. I offer advanced for people that want advanced. All of you are at different speeds. Again, if you can't do advanced, don't worry about it. No one's looking. The most important thing is that you do these exercises safely as possible and then gradually build your strength up over time. Cool. Alrighty. Thanks very much. They will get progressively more difficult as we go on, and I'll see you for the next one.